and the skin is Bayflex. Yeah, so this is what we have done jointly with Krauss Maffei, the extruder or the equipment company, and Fisher Automotive System. Yeah. Now, as I said, that we are not forgetting environment. That because our chairman, Dr. Dekkers, is very, very strong, and he is emphasizing every time that we are responsible company. Yeah, we cannot forget environment and community surrounding us. So we have to work on the products and technology which are more sustainable. So we are putting a lot of resources in R&D to develop this kind of thing. And some of the example which really attracted my attention today morning is natural oil, basically castor oil, derived polymers. We also have something very interesting and similar like this. You heard about the Jatropa, the seeds, yeah, which can grow anywhere, even in Rajasthan deserts and Kutch region. And government has started some projects with Bayer Crop Science, yeah, our company and other companies as well, NGOs and all. And these Jatropa seeds are also known to be very rich, which can potentially replace diesel. Yeah, so it's called biodiesel. But Jatropa oil, we have not stopped there. We really found that this is an opportunity for us to develop natural oil-based polyols. We call it NOPs. So we found that Jatropa, which is a kind of a seed or a crop, which is harmless in a way. It is not competing with your maize or some other product, soya or something like that, where you don't have enough to eat. You cannot make fuel out of it or some polymer out of it. Otherwise, people will be angry with me. Yeah, so this is where we are having some new product which are biodegradable, where we are actually working, and also with bioresources basically. So biodegradable is we have a polylactic acid. I will also talk about that. And then we also have a recyclable grades like PCPBT, where the PBT is a recycle PET bottles, what the rug pickers are picking up from every corner of our country. And then we recycle, and then we make PCPBT blends to make recyclable post-consumer products, macro blend. And then we have biodegradable products. Yeah, so I mean, this is a kind of a collaboration with all stakeholders, from the end customers, the material providers, and then the researchers. And we are doing really open innovation here. So we are working very closely with universities and NGOs to make this thing happen. Yeah. So now we have got green materials. What do you mean by green materials? Green materials are, number one category is recycled material. Number two is a bioplastic and biopolymers. So you must be wondering why he is now talking about biopolymers. He is talking about engineering plastic. Yeah. And the third one is based on carbon containing gases. You know that, you must have heard about that carbon dioxide is really creating problem because of the climate. I mean, too many vehicles on the road and all. So now we are developing a technology that we capture this carbon dioxide and make polymers out of it. Can you believe this? Yeah. So 10 years down the line, we will be seeking outside to capture all carbon dioxides, and we have some examples there. So post-consumer content, I don't need to tell more about PET and PCT because it's already known that people are doing, we are also doing. And then bio-based and plant-based material that I said about the Jatropa and other natural oil polymers. Also we have got a biodegradable compostable material or monomers or copolymers like derived from starch or polylactic acids. And we really made actually product out of it, and now in a stage of commercializing it. Say for example, this product PCPLA blend, polycarbonate polylactic acid blend. This is bio-based material. Yeah, so it is degradable to some extent. Contain a bio-based polymer, and the PLA contains 77% lower carbon dioxide emission and 56% lower energy consumption compared to conventional plastics. That's the big advantage, basically, if you see down the line. Yeah, have a good balance of physical, thermal and mechanical properties. We have got some grades, and I can share more information. It's also available on our website. But if somebody wants to write an email to me or just would like to have brochures of product, we are happy to share. Yeah. So this is what I was talking about, NOPs. This is mainly for our polyurethane business unit, but we are also thinking that is there any possibility of aliphatic polycarbonate or some of the copolymers which we can blend with polycarbonate, where the polymer is coming from natural oil. Yeah, so we call it natural oil polymer, NOPs. So this example is Jatropa, and this is being tried for polyurethane system. Yeah. So exactly, people say that there is a lot of talk about the green chemistry, green polymers since last 10, 15 years. Is there anything commercialized? And I can say that yes, we commercialize certain things in a very small scale, with a few trials and few kilograms and few, I would say, samples, but it is there. So we have got a portfolio in PCS. Recycled material, you know that Macrolone 1837 GR is there. Then Macrolone 1899 GR is there. Then Bay blends are there. FR grades are also there. Yeah, and the post-consumer PET based macro blend is there. And biodegradable, we have got two, Macro Blend BC 250 and Macro Blend BC 400. Yeah, so BC is biocontain. Yeah, this is derived from polylactic acid. Yeah, and we have got some examples. Yeah, say that macro blend. Say for example, in your safety shoes, the toe plate, which is earlier used to be with metal, now it is replaced by PC, PBT blends and all. In this case, PC, PLA blend. So it is in a way a environmentally friendly shoe. When you walk with a new shoe, you can say that yes, I am a bit environmentally friendly. Also, we have got a product with a recycled PET. This is called Macro Blend TP960 for this housing application. Yeah, PC PET, this is FR grade mainly, and it contains 30% of recycled PET. And it is again not having halogenated flame retardants. It has got phosphorus based flame retardant. And we have done some trials with Philips, and we hope to really commercialize this one. Yeah. And we are awaiting the European Union Eco Flower confirmation for this particular product. Again, coming back to that green shoe concept, as you can see how many products which we develop are already being there in a kind of a safety shoes. Yeah, you can see that the collar foam is made of PU polyurethane material. We also have heel counter, which is made of thermoplastic urethane. We have bio-based TPU logo, which is also there. Yeah, you see the bio logo. And then we also have a kind of a shoe cap or the toe plate, which is made of PCS, bio-based. Yeah, we also have bio-based TPU shoe lace eye. Yeah, from where you really remove, you take out these laces. So that is also made of TPU. And then we have got bio-based midsole. The sole, all this is also derived from NOPs. Yeah, so this is how we are trying to see that how we can really participate in this green campaign. With that, I would like to conclude here in interest of time, but I am more than happy to welcome your questions. And our mission statement, what is written here, is valid for whole buyer actually, not only buyer material science. Yeah, so we need to help our community and industry to grow, but at the same time not at the cost of environment. So that's the mission statement. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and I really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you.
Any questions? Anyone has any question? There, you can raise your hand.
See, there are two conclusions I can derive. Whether I have said everything, so there is no question, or my presentation was not interesting enough, so that you don't have any question. Anyway, I am open to questions now, or even if you can take your time, you can talk to your colleagues, or during coffee break, or any time. Yeah, you can write a mail to me. Oh, there is someone. Yeah, please.
The Aura Fusion technology that you spoke about is applicable only for PC or any plastic material?
Sorry?
The Aura Fusion technology, it's only for PC?
It is developed for polycarbonate, definitely, but it can be used for other substrates also. Yeah?
Okay.
But it was developed for polycarbonates.
Okay, and the direct coating and skinning, could you elaborate a little on that?
Sorry?
The direct skinning and direct coating technology, request you to elaborate on that a little.
Okay, I mean direct skinning and direct coating, as I said, the video would have really helped us, but it's not there. But I can tell you that there is no chemical reaction, it is just a physical adhesion. So during injection molding process, you have got your article, yeah, it's already molded there, and on top of that, like it's very similar to your film insert molding technology. And here the polyurethane system, two-pack system, polyol and polyisocyanates, they are coming from one corner and then they mix at one time, and during molding itself the reaction takes place on surface between polyol and polyisocyanate to make polyurethane surface. Yeah, so this is exactly what direct skinning, direct coating do.
Can it be implemented on a running part, as in a part already in production? Can it be?
Sorry?
Can it be used for a part already in production?
Yes, they are already demonstrated. We demonstrated with OEM in Europe. Yeah.
Okay.
We have got some parts also. Unfortunately, I am not carrying today, but my marketing colleagues in Mumbai, Thane, they are already having pieces. Also, in Greater Noida, our color competence and design center, we have a product display area. So we have real parts made of this. Yeah. You have to have first the substrate Bayblend or Macrolone, yeah, and then you have this the top layer or the soft touch material with the Bayflex or TPU material, which actually makes a surface on it. First injection and then, yeah, please go ahead. Pankaj, can you want to? Yeah. I need your help because we have got video. I think video will really clarify this. Can you please put this video? So we will show that video. Watch carefully. So I hope it's clear now. Yeah. Well, polycarbonate is recyclable. Yeah. I need to check. To be honest, I don't have answer for your question, but I need to check. Pankaj, can you elaborate on this?
And this has been a latest technology which is patented by Bayer. More than that, it has already been commercialized in 2 of the Merck models globally. And whatever we have shown is not something which is out of the design room, but actually it is from the shop floor. So it's a total package which comes. And one more question which come across is that can it be done on the present machines? Yes, it can be done. Your present injection molding machines can be modified to suit and add this element of technology, so that on the same old machines you can really carry forward this type of component development also. Yeah, recycling, we are just trying to put new technology into it. Let it first commercialize. Let it be owned by the market and by the customer. And definitely we look forward to it because we have a strong commitment to sustainability. Nothing that we do getting going to jail for, like that's what we call it. Right. Thank you very
regulatory
much.
I mean, it is commercialized to with OEM in Europe, so I have a feeling that it must have been considered. But a very good question. I will really get back to you. Yeah, I will first